Hey everybody, I am back with my 2 cents on this good here election. This can kind of be kind of a long video. I just got a lot of things to say. So if you're interested to hear my 2 cents on this here election, then let's talk. So first, let me introduce myself. For those who don't know, this is my little segments that I like. I talk about hot topics, and the hot topic right now is the presidency and Donald Trump winning. So, when something moved me enough to speak on it, I talk about it. So this is one of those segments. So we're talking about. I am and has been for many, many years since I was able to vote, a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat. I've been a registered Democrat since I was 18. Over the years, I have moved kind of towards more independent. But most likely, I still have pretty much Democrat standards and things like that. So, with that being said, this election have been a really strange one from the beginning. From the moment President Biden dropped out of the race and he decided that he was no longer going to participate in the race. And once again, I don't think he decided. He was kind of pushed out because that's how people felt, that he should drop out of the race because he was like dealing with, he was becoming senile and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he was kind of pushed out of his spot as the presidency, and he said it in several interviews that that's not what he really wanted to do. He himself felt that he could have beat Trump, but in reality, he couldn't have beat Trump. He didn't have the spuffa, or whatever you want to call it, to beat Trump. He wasn't in the best position to beat Trump. But he wanted to battle Trump. So with that being said, because the world was pushing him out of the position, he was pushed out of the position, which is unfortunate because with that, we was forced to have Kamala Harris. And a lot of us didn't even know who that lady was. And that's just going to be honest. Even though I knew she was our vice president, I didn't know who Kamala actually was. I didn't know her policy. She was kept in the background too much. I didn't know what she stood for. So when Obama was in office, his wife, we all know his wife. His wife was everywhere. On the Ellen Show, on everybody's talk shows. She had initiatives. She was bringing people to the White House. We knew what she stood for. Kamala, we didn't know anything about her. So within the past several months that she had opportunity to, she put herself out there as much as she possibly could. And for that, thank you. For that, Mrs. Harris, I want to say we appreciate you. For that, I want to say you did the best you could in the situation that you was in. For that, I'm going to say we are proud of you as a country, as women who believed in what you believed in, because you made me believe in it. I had to learn who you was. I had to learn what you stood for. But once I did, I believe in what you believe in, especially my own women's rights. That was very, very, very important to me. So even though, this world, we may never see a woman president in this lifetime, you shouldn't feel bad about your efforts. You shouldn't feel bad about going out there and, doing what you had to do. You raised a lot of money. You had a lot of supporters. It just wasn't your time. But you should not feel embarrassed. You should not feel sad. You should be very, very proud. And everybody, your team should be proud of you. Your family should be proud of you. You should be proud of yourself because you took on a battle that was kind of thrown at you, and you did the best you could within the time frame that you could. If you had more time, maybe if you had a year to build more confidence, because there was a lot of people who still didn't vote. You understand? because they didn't believe, they didn't like either party. And I was one of those people up until the very, very end. I was not convinced about either party. I knew I didn't want to vote for Trump, and I'll tell you why. And I didn't know who Kamala was, so I wasn't going to vote for Kamala either. So I was one of those people who was just like Cardi B, like, I'm not impressed with either one of you. I don't want to vote. But I felt, and when it came down to it, I felt like I had to vote. Because if I didn't, I couldn't complain about, what my future is going to look like. If I didn't participate in voting in the first place, I can't complain. So if I wanted to see change, I had to participate in change. Whether or not I 100% believed in the party leader or not. So that's what I chose to do. So I sent in my ballot as soon as I got it. I sent in my husband's ballot as soon as I got it for California and Nevada. And we voted for Kamala. This household voted for Kamala. Now, I want to branch off to something. This part is speaking to pretty much my folk, because everybody has to answer to somebody. The Asians who voted for Trump, they have to answer for why they voted for Trump. The whites who voted for Trump, I'm not surprised, but they have to answer why they voted for Trump. The Latinos have to answer to why they voted for Trump. The Mexicans have to answer why they voted for Trump. Every group party to me have to answer why they voted for Trump. And I want to hear something way more than just, he's going to fix our economy. And I say that because that's the conversation that I had with a friend. And I wasn't even going to bring, her up in particular in this video, but the day when last night when the election happened, she put on her social media, I don't know who she was talking to, one of her other friends, but she posted on Facebook something like, don't, because of my political party, my relationships or our friendship shouldn't be affected because I feel the way I feel, don't feel some type of way about, how I feel, because she voted for Trump. And you're absolutely right. She shouldn't feel, I don't feel any type of ways about why she voted for Trump. Because when we actually had the conversation about voting, because her saying she voted for Trump, it actually surprised me, number one, when she said it. So before I get to that, I'm just going to clarify. So her voting for Trump doesn't bother me at all. She can vote for whoever she want to vote for. That's your absolute given right to vote for whoever you want to vote for. And it's my given right to talk about it. So I am. So don't let this video conflict on our friendship because I'm talking about it. I just want to say that. So we were going to an event, and this is actually very recent. And that's when we actually just kind of dropped the bomb on me because we was talking about it. And I was talking about why I was voting for Kamala and why I wasn't voting for Trump. So I was throwing things out there. Why. And these are why I'm not going to vote I wasn't voting for Trump. The first reason. He said, I think on an interview on a couch with someone, he said he's going to defund education. He's going to defund schools, public schools, or whatever schools that teach about slavery. Are you not black? Are you not black? You support that? You support a president telling the world that there's going to defund school systems that teach about your history? You support that? That didn't matter to her. Number two, I brought up, he said he wants to stop Social Security, stop Medicare, stop Medicaid, food stamps, TANF, WIC, all that. He wants to stop all of that. And I'm going to use her an example. Her household in particular, benefits from all of that. So you telling me you want to support the same person? You want to support a person who wants to take all those benefits away from you? If you can't feed your children, you feed your children at this very moment off of food stamps. Food stamps that he wants to stop. He wants to stop food stamps. And you voted for somebody who wants to stop the stuff, the same thing that's feeding your household. You want to stop that? You voted for it. You voted for somebody who want to stop Social Security for people who live off Social Security. 65 and up. You want to vote for those? Your mother is above 65 retirement age and probably get Social Security right now. You voted to stop Social Security? If he's even successful at doing so. Hopefully, God, he's not successful doing so. But that was just like, I don't care about that. I'm throwing these things at her. Gaza, the war, is very important to me. Very important to me. What are you going to do about Gaza? What the hell are you going to do about Gaza? Affordable health care. I said this to her. Affordable health care. She said, you know what she said? She said neither one of them have what they're going to do about affordable health care. Frankly, she didn't have to change anything because she's Democrat. She could let affordable health care exactly the way it is. It's working just fine. No one can seem to knock Obamacare out because no one can come up with something better than Obamacare. And we asked him this on the debate, and he says, "I don't know. I'll have some kind of a plan." He don't have a plan. He just want to take Obama healthcare down, and then I'll have another to replace it. So you're telling me you voted for somebody who wants to take the affordable healthcare down, that's giving people around the world insurance to go to the doctor. He wants to stop Medicaid for low-income families, and you are a low-income family. Your whole household is a low-income family. So if you don't have insurance, your kids don't have insurance, what are you going to do? We know like hell you ain't going to pay for it. So if your kid one of your kids bust their head wide open, you don't have affordable health care, you don't have Medicaid, what are you going to do? But that didn't matter either. You know what mattered to her? Oh, very important. And someone else brought this up. One of our other friends brought this up. Our body, our choice. Under our next president, President Trump, our bodies is not our choices no more. Getting abortions is not our choices. So she have a almost teenager child. What if she's still having sex and get pregnant? What are you going to do if she get pregnant and you don't want her to have one? You can't take her to get an abortion. You can't take her to get an abortion. You know why? Because it will be illegal now. It's illegal now. I think we won't even be able to get birth control. Birth control will be illegal. Our bodies is no longer our choice under Trump's campaign. We can't do what we used to do for our own selves. But no one seems to care about any of that. The only thing people seem to care about, including my friend, who I love very, very dearly, what she kept saying to me was she made the most money. And she's not the first person. Whatchamacallit said it. Was it Sexy Red? She said it too. Sexy Red was like, she had a whole bunch of money when Trump was in office. Trump was giving stimulus checks. She was saying the same thing. She had the most money when Trump was in office. And she's not lying. Because I had the most money when Trump was in office. She got a PPP loan. She said that was forgiven. She got the stimulus checks. Couldn't tell you exactly what she did with it. If you got all, a PPP loan, people got thousands and thousands of dollars with PPP loan. You ain't do nothing with it? What did you do with it? Did you start with a business with it? Did you, fix up your place? Did you get a whole bunch of clothes? Did you invest that money? Did you do something with that money? Or you just applied for it, got it, and just blew it? Because I would have did something with it personally. And no offense to my friend, I love her very much, but for her to keep saying it, like, he's a businessman and he's going to turn this country around. I still don't get that when it doesn't match coming from my boo. It doesn't match because in reality my boo doesn't live like that. Like that sounds more believable coming from me. Because I am the workaholic. I am the one who's always searching for more, want more, gotta do more. I'm a go-getter. I need to I'm always I want to have more money in my pocket. I want to have this. I want to have that. I want to be able to do this. I want financial freedom. And my friend is totally opposite. She's totally opposite. Me personally, I haven't had an income tax in about 5 years. This is maybe about the 6th year I haven't had an income tax. And when I told her I haven't had an income tax 1 year, she said, "Girl, you better stop, lose one of them jobs because oh my God, I can't imagine not getting an income tax." I'm like, "Well, I make like $80,000 a year." She said, "I would rather be on poverty level and make $30,000 a year like I have been, so I can get my income tax at the top of the year." So she have a poverty-stricken mind. So her saying, she want Trump as her president. Is it because you really think he's going to, do something for the economy? Or do you think you're just going to get some free money again this time? Because he got free money again this time because of the pandemic. That's why we got the free money the last time. We're not in a pandemic anymore. We're not in a recession. We're not in anything. So what exactly do you think he's just going to pass you out some free money for? I still, to this day, have no idea what his plans is other than the border, which has been his plan for a very long time, which clearly he's never going to close. But he's been obsessed with closing the border since his last presidency. And what did he get? Get so much of the wall built? He got a whole border to cover. He's never going to succeed with this border. But, that's his policy. What else is Trump planning on doing but going in there and doing exactly the same thing he did the last time? What is that? And this time, I feel it's going to be worse. I'm afraid for the future, personally. Myself, I'm afraid for the future. Because I'm very religious. So every time for me, every time a presidency happens, I look at that president by what's it saying in the Bible. Because I know it's never a Democrat who goes to start the events that happens in the Bible. The Bible says when we get a leader, there's certain things that's going to transpire. So I'm always looking. And I know it's always going to be a Republican president because when it's a Democrat president, their values and how they move is different. When it's a Republican president, I'm always fearful of what they're going to do. And Trump, I've said it millions of times. I feel Trump is the beginning of the end of something. It is about to be the end of something. Don't know what, or the beginning of the end of something. I said it. I called him the Antichrist before on my Facebook. I literally put, I feel Trump is the Antichrist. But I feel it's just wrong. He shouldn't have been the president. And then the worst thing that I fear for my black people, it just seems to nobody cares. That this man is saying he's going to give the police 100% clearance to hunt down black folk. They don't hunt down Mexicans and whites and Asians the way they hunt down black folk. They've been hunting us down from the beginning of time. And now you finna give them complete range to do whatever the fuck they want. Didn't they just at the beginning of the year, they went in that lady's house and killed her in her own house for a bowl of a pot of hot water? So we're finna allow we put a president in the office who is going to allow the police to get away with stuff like that as long as they're in uniform for us black folks. You're not afraid of that? You're not afraid of that? Especially living in certain cities, you guys are not afraid of that. I don't have to worry about certain things because I live in Las Vegas. Las Vegas don't have to deal with a lot of things like racism. But there are so many cities in the South, so many places in the Midwest, that got to deal with that type of stuff. Missouri, Chicago, Illinois, Detroit, Kansas, every place in the damn South. Are you crazy? Those police don't give a fuck in the South. This is where slavery began, in the South. And you finna give police in the South freedom to kill y'all like that? Y'all really wasn't thinking. Y'all really wasn't thinking. So, all I can say is I felt, I already had called it. I called it months ago. I said Trump's going to win. Actually, I called this. I called this, last year, to be honest. I called this last year when my mom was here for Mother's Day. And my mother told me in my living room at the time, she said, Trump can't run again. He got felonies or something like that. This is Trump we're talking about. I said, Mama, Trump is going to win the election. I don't know who he was running against. I was like, Trump is going to win. She was like, no, he's not. He got felonies. He's going to go to jail. That man was spent a day in jail and still got 40-something felonies and still became the damn president. What are we going to do with all the rest of the felons that's in jail right now? Are we finna release them? Are we finna do right by the felons that's in jail right now? Because we have a whole president who's a felon. And we put him as president. That man was unstoppable. No matter what he did, y'all still voted for him. No matter what he did, y'all still supported him. So during these next 4 years, or however long, because he's finna turn this world upside down. So I'm hoping all that visceral that you guys had and the support behind him and belief that he's going to do some amazing shit with this economy and y'all going to have so much money. I hope like hell that he does that. That y'all flourish. Y'all pockets is flourishing. Y'all get the cars, the cribs, the money, bank account overflow with everything you want. I hope so, because that's why y'all put him in office, right? Because y'all said he was a businessman and he's going to change the economy. And he's also said, which hurt me to my core, don't mess with my money. He said no overtime. I'm finna stop all overtime. What the fuck are you finna do that for? That's how most of us eat, off of overtime. So we finna not have overtime in our own jobs too? Y'all did this. So we will see how the next several years turn out. Good, better, and different. We will see. I hope you guys know what you did. I hope you guys are proud. I hope so. I really do. I hope so. I understand why the rich voted for him, because they get tax breaks. I understand that. I understand why celebrities did it, because they get tax breaks. They're in the 1 percentile. I would vote for him too if I don't got to pay no tax. But for lower class, why the fuck did you vote for him who's lower class? You thought you're going to be rich because he's going to be a president? You think you're going to be overnight a thousandaire because he's going to be your president? Y'all are so stupid. Y'all are stupid. But Maga has spoken, because it was a lot of Maga. I knew within the first 10 states, I was like, he won this. I was like, he won this within the first 10 states. I was like, it's too many reds. And I actually really thought that it was going to be kind of a battle between the Democrats and the Republicans, like red and blue states. I thought it was going to be a battle. But he was flipping the red states. I mean, he was flipping the blue states. Nevada's a blue state. He was flipping the blue states. I think he flipped Detroit. Is it Michigan? He was flipping the blue states. Did he get Georgia too? So Trump has spoken. The Make America Great campaign is back on again. So I hope he make America great. I hope he don't cause any problems. I hope his 4 years go as peaceful as, I hope he causes no problems. I hope no wars break out. I hope everything is peachy keen. I hope for the best because I don't have no other choice. He is my president. We don't have any choice but to just embrace for whatever finna come for the next 4 years because, Maga has spoken. So, that is my 2 cents. Again, Kamala, you did a great run. You should be proud. We're proud of you. Take some time out. Go on vacation, girl. You worked very hard from the time that you had. You shouldn't hold your head down. You should get out there and say what you got to say with your head held high. And we will be there to support you and cheer you on because you did what you came out to do. It wasn't your time, but it's okay. You did. You fought a good fight. So it's okay. So that's my 2 cents. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm about to study, and I'll see you guys in the next 2 cents.